We thank Michael Jordan for sharing time with us.
Want to dream about in basketball. Why did you put yourself in a position to be under the scrutiny that you are under as a manager?
I came in with one motive, is to try to motivate the players, give them the belief that they were good enough to win. And unfortunately, that hadn't happened yet. You know, a lot of situations, Mitch got hurt, a lot of other situations may occur. And I looked like, that I made a mistake in terms of what I've done. People may question what my activities are, or where I am, or what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, everyone gave me the cushion of 2 years, and now they want to take the cushion away, and I deal with that. I don't let that affect my job day in and day out. But this thing is going to get turned around, and I plan on being here to make sure that it gets turned around. And it's going to take a lot of hard work.
Nobody knows where any other president in the NBA is. Sure. They don't know what he's doing, where he is. But everybody wants to know, where is Mike? Sure. Do you ever get fed up with that?
I do, but then I understand it too, that, if the team was winning, I think people wouldn't care less where Michael Jordan is. But being that the team is not successful and what they see on the basketball court is not success, the next option is to find out where he is. Is he in the building? Can it turn him into an attraction for why they should have came to the game? Or, but for the most part, viewers on the basketball court, not where I am, because I am watching, I am paying attention, I am direct communication. I talk to my staff every day, I talk to the coaches every day. I'm in direct contact with the players. So that's all that people should worry about. If I wasn't here and I had no direct communication with this organization, then whatever they say about an absentee president is right. And I'm not putting my imprint on, but I am here. My influence is here.
What do you say when people feel that this might be an apprenticeship for you to go back to Chicago?
Once I've given my word for 5 years, that is my word. Once I gave my word to become a partnership of this organization and this business, that's where I am. I'm going to stick with that. I'm not going to buy out on someone. My responsibility has always been to my teammates, to the people that are working with me. I've never bowed out of any of those situations. I've always finished my job. I was always taking that in pride. This is no different situation. Chicago was the past. They did great justice for my career. They helped me to get to where I am. They never at any time gave me an opportunity to get involved at the same level that Washington did, and they had the chance. And I moved on from that, and they have.
Kobe and Shaq, you hear all the talk about what's going on. What are your impressions of that as a competitor?
Well, it's sad to see that happen on a team, especially after you're having such a successful year. And people ask me, well, who's the leader? Who should be, whose team it should be? I say, in all honesty, whoever backs down from this fight, because it shows leadership to walk away from a situation where it's not distracting and everybody prospers from it. To me, that's a leader. And if you want to stand there and try to fight and see who can stand, then, I don't think that's a leader. I think the leader is the one who's willing to sacrifice for the better of his team, no matter, even if he's taking a shortcut to success or whatever. You got to look at the overall picture. One guy or two guys do not win a championship. It's a combination of everybody fulfilling their role and, in some situation, compromising themselves for the betterness of the team.
Kenny Smith. What do you remember of Kenny when he was a freshman?
Actually, he was just a cocky New York kid who really got a chance to get out of the inner city. I think he took him a while for him to ever learn how to play, but we worked with him until he started working within the framework of our offense, and then next thing you know, he gets hurt. Other than that, he always could talk well, which is probably one of his big attractions on your show.
I brought you to the gift shop. The one you had in there was long sleeves. I'm telling you the truth.
Huge.
Another real good friend of yours is in the studio at TNT, Charles Barkley. What have your impressions been of him?
He looks like he's working for a meal. Every time I see him, he's growing, he's getting bigger and bigger. Now, you guys, the biggest thing I like to watch on the show is to see him get on that scale. And I don't know, maybe you guys are tricking the scale to make him look like he's losing weight, but he looks the same to me every day.